Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Charmaine if you're new here. I run a blog called CharDenise.com where I talk about fashion, lifestyle, and beauty. If those topics interest you, go ahead and click the link in the description box and come join me over there. Also, you can find me on Instagram at char_denise.com. I'll have that link in the description box as well. And I post whatever on there. I need to get some kind of organization about my Instagram page. But anyway, also I wanted to say thank you to all of the new subscribers that I have since my last video. I really appreciate the comments, the likes, the DMs. I am super excited that you guys are also excited about this journey that I'm going on. I cannot wait to change this background. I'm over here in my little kitchen office and it's just not cute, but thank you for still being interested in my videos, even with this ugly background. Well, it's not ugly because I have my So Trill art up here. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. What we are here to talk about today are tips, I guess you can say, about Design Center from the time that I chose my lot to the time that I finalized all of my design options. So I say design, well, we won't say design options, we'll just say options, period. Because you need to know that when you're building new construction, you have to know and choose things from the time that you choose your lot all the way up to the completion of your design center meeting. So we'll just jump right into it. And I want to first start by talking about the lot options. So if you know for a fact that you're going to be in the market for a new construction home, my recommendation, and something that I wish that I had the opportunity to do, would be to scour, the area that you want to live in with looking for new home subdivisions that are going up. I say that because if you know already in advance that you want to build new construction home and you want to build it in a certain area, all of these different cities and neighborhoods have these new subdivisions going up. You can just simply go and check the subdivision out, check the builder out, see if it's one that you want to build your home with, because once these subdivisions start filling up, the lots become a little bit more difficult to get. My subdivision was probably halfway complete when I chose my lot, and the floor plan, it matters the floor plan you choose as well, because if your floor plan can't fit on, sorry guys, if your floor plan can't fit on a certain lot, then you're going to end up paying a premium. So in my case, I live in Seattle right now, so I didn't have the opportunity to go and look, do more research into different neighborhoods to identify, that stuff. So I basically went to a couple of neighborhoods and I chose a lender that I wanted to build with. And I just went over into the neighborhood and I saw what lots that they had available. Well, I chose my floor plan and they told me the lots that they had available. It was just by chance that the lots that they had available were the ones that were on either side of the street. I didn't want a cul-de-sac lot. So at the end of the day, I ended up paying a lot premium. And that's because myself and another person were going for a lot and they were there first. So my salesperson reached out to them just to get a final on whether they wanted the lot or not, and they ended up choosing the lot. So I ended up paying a premium on my lot. It was $8,000, and I don't care about sharing that number with you guys, but it just gives you an idea of the premium for the lot, the premium cost for the lot. I got a little bit more space this way, width-wise. And I think there was a little space lengthwise because on this side of the street that I'm building my house on, it's a little deep. It's a little bit deeper. So I get a little space. It's not that big of a deal. But if I had chosen that cul-de-sac, it would have been a $15,000 premium. However, if you already know where you want to live and you already know that you want to build a new construction home, you can go and probably choose a cul-de-sac without having a premium. Because once they need to start getting homes built so that people can see the potential, and if you can get there early, then you could probably get the lot that you want. So yeah, the first tip that I have is, if at all possible, identify your lot in a subdivision as soon as possible. That way you can hopefully avoid a lot premium. The second thing is structural options. So this was something that I did not consider. And it went by so fast because, like I said, I'm in this process. Like, I decided that I was going to move home and I immediately started looking for a house. So I didn't really research what are the steps. So when I chose my lot, I chose a couple of structural options that I guess I didn't realize that's what I was doing. So I chose a kitchen update. That was a structural option. So it was basically where you have the cooktop and then you have the oven and the microwave in the wall. I chose the mud pan, which is basically the tile in the floor. It's kind of like, I guess, seamless to your foundation. Google it. But I chose that. I completely wanted the extended covered patio. However, I did not choose it during choosing my lot. So I realized after I signed my contract, probably like 3 days after I signed my contract, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't choose the extended covered patio. So I reached out to my sales associate and I was like, hey, I know I already signed my contract, but I really meant to choose the extended covered patio. Can you add that? And she was like, nope, can't add it. My builder sends permits along with all the permits along with your contract, which includes your structural changes. So they totally couldn't update that. If they could have, it would have delayed the process even more. And I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they stuck to their guns because yeah, that was a lesson learned and whatever. But don't be like me. Go ahead and make sure that you know for a fact when you're going through that floor plan that you chose and you're going through the process of choosing your lot, remember all of the things in that brochure, especially those are structural options. And if you want any of those things, your covered patio, your extended garage, your mud pan, your kitchen stuff, if you want to get the rotunda, any specific things that have to do with the structure of your home, that stuff needs to be confirmed before you leave and before you even sign the contract. Let's just put it that way. So don't be like me. Go ahead and make sure you make your structural changes when you sign your contract, because it's going to be the difference of having it or not. The third thing that I wanted to talk about today is the design center. Now, a lot of videos were up and down about the design center. Some people thought it was super overwhelming. Some people thought it was whatever. And I want to say I was a mix of the two. It was a little bit overwhelming at the beginning because I had no clue of what to expect. But my builder, midway through like the process, they gave me access to this portal where I was able to go and choose certain things so that I could get an idea of, okay, this is what my budget needs to be for the options that I want. So that helped because when I started kind of looking on Pinterest and all of that, I had an idea of what I was going to spend in my head, so I wouldn't go and look for the most extravagant things on Pinterest, as my inspiration. But it totally was helpful to get you into your design appointment because you have an idea of the things that you want. You totally need to be prepared for your design appointment, and everybody prepares differently. I think my thing is just make sure that you have a vision for how you want your home to look aesthetically. Do you want a white kitchen? Do you care if you get granite? Do you want quartz countertops? What do you want on your floors? You want carpet? Do you want your restroom to be all white? Like those sort of things, because when you go and see what they have as options, you'll be able to choose based on the vision that you have for yourself and your home. Now, the one thing that I had to remember was certain things do not add value to the home. So just think about years from now when you go buy your forever home, if this is not your forever home, and you're thinking that you want to sell your home. If you add and upgrade like light fixtures, that's not adding any value to your home because the person is probably gonna move in and take that out anyway. But just think about like your kitchen. If you want your kitchen if you're thinking about, okay, I want my home to be classic. And that's my thought process when I went into this. I wanted my home to be super timeless and classic. So I chose to upgrade my kitchen the exact way that I wanted it to be. I chose to upgrade my restroom the exact way that I wanted it to be. Now, the master bathroom, I did, the design based on my likes. So it may or may not add value because the choices that I made in the restroom, I got like decorative tile. People who come to buy my house might not like that. But you have to, you have to give and take. When you're building a house, for me, when I was going through this process, I wanted it to be exactly how I wanted it to be because I'm going to be there for at least 5 to 10 years. But I also wanted to make sure that one, I wasn't going to close and go and live in a construction zone. So I chose options that added value, and I chose a few options that probably didn't add value, or not necessarily they didn't add value, but options that I could have probably gotten done myself for a little bit, less than what the builder charged. So just keep that in mind. Light fixtures, doorknobs, even your faucets and your water fixtures, that stuff doesn't add value to the home because those are things, again, that people change when they move into the home. I added things like I got wood throughout my home. I added specific tile in all the restrooms. I added like raised countertops in all of the restrooms. I even upgraded my toilets. But I think in the long run, those are things that people are going to see and figure, oh, I like this, or I don't have to add a extended height countertop or whatever in the restrooms or the counters. Because when you go to the design center, you find that there are a lot of things that you would think are included that are not included. So as another part of the design center appointment is the electrical. So the electrical I ended up spending like $5,000, maybe $6,000 on electrical because lighting means a lot when you're entertaining or even when you're just home. Again, I live in Seattle right now. I have 3 windows in my apartment and I have no lighting. I have ring lights everywhere. Sorry for the ring light in my glasses, by the way. But I knew that even with all of the windows that I have in my home, I wanted more lights in my home. So I added more LED lights to the ceiling. In the bedrooms, there's only one outlet on the side of each bed, so I added an outlet on the side of the wall in the bedroom that myself and my son are gonna have. I didn't add it to the 2 guest rooms because guests whatever. But I added the 2 outlets. I had the smart home package. What else did I add? I added the under cabinet lighting. Again, does not add value to the home, but it's something that I want. I also added an outlet in the water closet. I added the LED lights in my master bedroom, my office, and in the kitchen nook, and in the living room, because, like, again, I want lights. And I also added some additional wiring for a speaker outside, and a ceiling fan, and ceiling fans in all of the rooms. So keep in mind that the electrical is a part of the design appointment, and you're going to spend money there. So even if you get that portal and you come up, okay, your budget is $25,000, be prepared to spend at least $5,000 to $10,000 more on electrical, because otherwise you're going to be left with just the basic builder grade, or whatever electrical things that come in the home. And then additionally, another thing that I added that kind of goes back to what I missed out on structural, I was able to add extension to my patio in my back patio, but it wasn't covered. So I was able to add an extended uncovered patio, which is fine for me. I feel like the covered part is, I think, 10 feet, so that's totally enough. I can sit in the sun sometimes, but I totally wanted that extension on the ground mainly anyway, so it was totally fine. And it ended up being like $600 just to extend that, which is probably a little more than having some cousin or something to come do it. So, but again, I didn't want to live in a construction zone. What else do I have to say about the design appointment? So the design appointment, it usually lasts about 2 hours. Mine was pretty good. I think the person that helped me design my home was really helpful. He really gave me like some tips on, I wanted to do the decorative tile in all of the bathrooms. I wanted to give all of the bathrooms, some pizzazz. But he was like, I think if you want it in your restroom, you should do it in your restroom. But for resale value, you probably should stick with, something simple. So I was like, okay, you're right. And it saved me some money. So all I would have to say about the design appointment is be prepared, have your vision in mind, have an idea of what you think your budget should be, could be. Ask about what the standard options are. Because I was going to extend the quartz countertops from the kitchen into all of the bathrooms, and you don't have to. They use some engineered marble. I don't remember what it's called, but that stuff is totally fine, and it looks just like quartz. Ask about the standard features. Carpet. I have carpet in a couple of the rooms in my house, and I chose the standard carpet, but I chose the padding to be a lot more plush, so it should be fine. Even if it's not fine, carpet is only in like 3 rooms. I could, change the carpet if I wanted to. So again, be prepared to have a vision when you go into your design appointment. Have an idea of what you plan to spend. Consider the electrical, because that's gonna be on top. I was like, what? I gotta pay for electrical too. So you don't want to have that surprise. So if I had to sum everything up and give you 3 tips, I would say, don't forget, before you sign your contract, to go ahead and make sure that you finalize all of your structural options. That booklet that they give you with all of the floor plans that have those little squares on, the page next to the elevations and all of that, make sure there is nothing on there that you want before you sign your contract, because Like I said, it's going to be the difference of having it and not. Second, the lot. That should be first. When you choose your lot, when you know that you're going to do new construction, try to figure out where you want your home to be. Try to get in there fast so you have the opportunity to choose your lot and potentially not have to pay a premium, because you can pay anywhere from $8,000 to $15,000. That's what I know anyway. And lastly, when you're choosing your design features, don't be overwhelmed. Go into the appointment prepared, have your budget, make sure you remember you have to do electrical as well, and ask about things that you may have missed in the structural part. Can you add them somehow in some kind of way in the design center appointment? And then lastly, just have fun. This is supposed to be a fun process. It's totally stressful. I have had some interesting conversations with my realtor, my family, and I'm just trying to remain calm. I had to take a break from school because this is an interesting process, but you should still enjoy it. At the end of the day, you're going to be able to say, I designed this home, semi-custom, whatever, but you chose all of the features in the home. You chose all of the design options, and the home is going to be what you want it to be at the end of the day, and you don't want to have any regrets. So anyway, I again want to say thank you guys for watching my videos and for being excited about this journey that I'm on to becoming a new homeowner. I'm going to put in a picture here of where I am in terms of like the stage of the progress from the last video that I posted. They're working on roofing, and I think they're gonna start getting the electrical and everything in next week. So I'm really excited about this journey, and I will be recording a video every week. Probably only about tips and tricks, or not tips and tricks, but tips and things that I have experienced along the way, because I'm still sitting in Seattle until June, so I'm not going to be able to go out and share with you guys my property. Anyway, thank you so much again for joining me here. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.